Be prepared, because this week life will speak to you, not in the language you know, but in the way you feel. June 15th to 21st is a threshold where the sky silently changes direction. This is not a storm. This is the strange silence that comes after a storm. But beware, sometimes silence is the doorway to the greatest transformation. The strawberry full moon has passed, but its impact may be echoing in your heart. Sleep is interrupted. Time feels as if it has been bent. There is a familiar but indescribable feeling inside you. Something is changing. Nothing may be happening on the surface, but deep down, you know that this is no ordinary week. And you are right. This week is calling you to an inner alignment, but it's not coming in sound. It's coming in vibration. You may feel distant for no reason, like there's a veil between you and people, or a sudden surge of emotions may catch you off guard. This is not chaos. This is the universe pulling you back on its axis, a correction, an inner synchronization. And here's the thing, this week doesn't ask you to make an effort. This week, it just wants you to be aware. If you've noticed in the last few days that something feels old, that some cycles are coming back, that some messages are popping up one after the other, then the energy of this week has found you. This is not coincidence. This is synchronization. This is the universe speaking to you. But a universe that hears you expects something from you, for you to respond. Take your time until the end, because in a moment I will explain to you what is waiting for you in the sky this week and what it means for you spiritually. Before we go into this, I want you to do 3 things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the number 777 in the comments. You can also share it with someone you want to benefit from this video and support their spiritual awakening. Now, let's go deeper. On Sunday, June 15th, the moon is moving through Capricorn, and the sky is carrying quite intense energies. On this date, the moon's position may create pressure in terms of spirituality and emotions due to the challenging angles it forms with the planets around it. The Sun, Mercury and Jupiter are in the 6th house from the moon, while Mars and Ketu are in the 8th house. This placement may trigger stressful agendas, health-related issues and inner turmoil. In particular, suppressed anger or unresolved issues may surface in unexpected ways. Although the moon has recently moved away from Pluto's influence, themes of transformation and inner pressure are still effective. At the same time, the moon is moving through the Shravana nakshatra. This may be a time when intuition is heightened and emotional wisdom comes into play. However, the overall energy of the sky still requires caution. Today, the exact square angle between Saturn and Jupiter is also becoming apparent in the sky. This angle is effective not only in individual life, but also on a social and economic level. Tension may arise between responsibilities, boundaries, and the desire for growth. Financial issues, relationships with authority, or systemic crises may be triggered by this square angle. Additionally, a Yod-Wod aspect is forming on this date. This rare planetary alignment points to karmic events, spiritual awakenings, and shifts in direction. With the moon occupying a key position within this structure, the experiences you have may be decisive for your personal destiny. Issues from the past may suddenly come to the fore. Indecision may deepen, and you may feel that the universe is trying to push you in a certain direction. In addition, the harsh square angle between Mars and Uranus is also in effect. This angle can pave the way for sudden developments, unexpected events, or social unrest. Violent outbursts, technical problems, or the consequences of hasty decisions may come to the fore during this period. Today, it is important to protect yourself, avoid making sudden decisions, and listen to your inner guidance rather than external noise. Your emotions may fluctuate, and the people around you may behave unpredictably. However, all this turmoil may be a sign of a profound restructuring. On Monday, June 16th, the moon leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius. However, this transition does not bring calm, but rather a new wave of tension. With the moon in opposition to Mars in the sky, the unrest and pent-up energy that has been building up over the past few days may become even more apparent today. Mental explosions, arguments, emotional distance or anger, none of these are coincidences. The nakshatra where the moon is located, Dhanishta, is associated with sharpness and separation energies. This star region is ruled by Mars and carries particularly challenging influences in terms of relationships. The moon's seventh house relationship with Mars can increase disagreements, conflicts, and the possibility of separation, especially in romantic relationships. You should be more careful when talking to your loved ones today and avoid unnecessary tension. The sky is testing not only relationships but also material matters. Many people may face financial concerns, financial uncertainty, or economic stress today. This is no coincidence. The second half of June, as already indicated at the beginning of the month, is entering a phase that is quite challenging energetically, and this will have an impact not only on an individual level but also on a global scale. The Sun, Mercury and Jupiter are aligning in the sky. While this alignment may seem to bring clarity and information on the surface, Jupiter's position in the Ardra nakshatra casts a shadow over events. Ardra is a powerful star energy symbolized by tears, representing deep emotional upheavals and sudden changes. This may indicate that some things have reached a breaking point internally. At the same time, harsh weather conditions, unexpected natural events, or social developments may also be triggered by these energies. Today, you can see that life is not slowing down, but rapidly transforming into something else. This transformation may not be easy. However, every crisis is an opportunity. With the moon's transition into Aquarius, a field of awareness opens up. But this awareness comes with challenges. Remember, instead of seeking mental clarity, listening to what your energy is telling you will bring you closer to reality. On Tuesday, June 17th, the moon enters a powerful and influential alignment in the sky, a conjunction with Rahu. This conjunction can deeply affect your emotional world. Rahu represents intense feelings, uncontrolled desires, and mental fog. What you experience today is not just a change in mood, it is something that universal energy is telling you. In particular, emotional ups and downs, sudden mood swings or obsessions with the past may arise. The moon is in the Shatabisha nakshatra today. This star region is closely related to healing, but it also carries a sharp, clear, and even ruthless energy. Sometimes this healing process requires confrontation and internal fragmentation. Today, it is possible for your suppressed emotions to surface. The reawakening of wounds you have ignored is no coincidence. It is a passage that opens the door to healing. The presence of the moon in this star region, ruled by Rahu, can make everything seem more complicated and distorted than it really is. You may be prone to exaggerating events, over-interpreting them, or trying to make sense of them. However, the important thing here is to be able to observe things as they are, because today this can be overcome not with mental confusion but with emotional courage. Another notable feature of the sky is the proximity of Saturn and Neptune. This pair is positioned in the second house relative to the moon. This situation may trigger uncertainty and a lack of confidence, especially in material matters. You may feel like you have lost control financially. Income-expense imbalances, uncertainties about earnings, or economic pressures are natural reflections of this energy. However, every uncertainty carries within it a seed of awareness. What is happening today may appear to be disorder on the surface, but it may be a call for the restructuring of your inner structure. Shatabisha, though sharp, ultimately serves healing. Therefore, despite the difficulties you are experiencing today may be a threshold of healing for you. Let go of your desire to control, feel, observe, and accept what is. because this intensity is a sign of transformation. On Wednesday, June 18th, the sky initiates a deep ripple in your emotional world. The moon is in Pisces today, in exact conjunction with Saturn. This alignment may bring a heavy, suppressed, even pessimistic mood. Your emotions may feel suppressed. Reality may seem blurred, and clarity may seem distant. This is not just your experience. The sky is reflecting this to all of us right now. The Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, where the moon is positioned today, is associated with visionary energies, but it also points to deception, hypocrisy, and suppressed truths. The moon's proximity to both Saturn and Neptune highlights that information coming from your surroundings may be unreliable. What you hear, see, or intuitively feel may be contradictory. Especially the media, authorities, or people around you may give you incomplete or distorted information. Today, listening to the silence of your soul and distancing yourself from external noise may be the best path for you. The Sun's approach to Jupiter weakens the energy of healing and expansion. This normally positive duo is currently under pressure. Hopes may diminish, and you may feel your inner light being overshadowed. This is a temporary twilight, but it is presented to you so that you may notice something. In addition, Mars and Ketu being in the 6th house from the moon activates energies related to health, accidents, stress, and suppressed anger. The physical body may feel this pressure. Mentally, tension and restlessness may be common. During this period, you should pay special attention to your health and use your inner tools for stress management. Some collective events, especially on an economic or biological level, may affect you indirectly. However, there is a bright spot amid all this celestial harshness: Venus's support to the moon from the 2nd house. This indicates that you can realign yourself with beauty, art, love, and tranquility. Even though the energies are intense and foggy, remembering emotional grace, sensitivity, and inner love can be healing. Look at today's events from within, not from the outside. There is a message in this chaos, finding it is possible by looking closely. On Thursday, June 19th, the foggy air above the sky finally begins to clear. The moon is in the final stage of its journey through Pisces today and is now moving away from the heavy shadows of Saturn and Neptune. This separation brings with it mental clarity, inner lightness, and a sense of relief in energy levels. After the chaos of recent days, you can see this day as a small but important breathing space. The moon is in the Revati Nakshatra today. This nakshatra is the last in the zodiac cycle and is associated with closure, compassion, and guidance. Revati is like an energy that gently envelops you after a difficult process, helping you reconnect with your instincts when you lose your way. Today, your intuition may be stronger and your spiritual connections may be clearer. Also, in the 4th house, according to the moon, the conjunction of the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter is noteworthy. This trio has a positive effect on inner balance, family matters, home roots, and living spaces. If you have been thinking about moving, buying a home, or redecorating your home for some time, today's energy supports these intentions. This celestial combination can offer a valuable opportunity to expand your inner security zone and feel settled in both material and spiritual terms. Although June is generally a turbulent month, June 19th offers you a small but profound relief during this challenging period. Today, a powerful space opens up for you to gather your energy, reconnect with your intuition, and evaluate your future plans from a gentle perspective. If you have been mentally overwhelmed in recent days, listen to your intuition today. The sky is opening a window for you, even if only for a short time. If you notice this window, you can walk not only today, but also the path ahead with more conscious steps. On Friday, June 20th, energies begin to pick up speed. Today, the moon leaves Pisces and moves into Aries. And with this transition, the agenda shifts from inner sensitivity to outer action. You can start the day with a faster, more impulsive and more decisive energy. While this change gives you momentum, there are some celestial warnings you need to be aware of. The moon's position in Aries aligns with Venus in the morning hours. This can create a softening and a glimmer of hope, especially in the area of relationships. Energies of love, aesthetics and connection come to the forefront. However, this positive vibration may struggle to spread throughout the day because a more complex picture is forming in the sky. The challenging angle pattern, quincunx, formed between Mars, Saturn and Neptune, carries a harsh energy. This aspect is associated with hidden attacks, sudden outbursts, anger crises, and unexpected accidents. When the themes of war and violence, represented by Mars, combine with Neptune's complex, foggy nature, you may need to be cautious of deceptive situations. Saturn and Neptune's position in the 12th house relative to the moon indicates unknown enemies, suppressed emotions, or developments beyond your control lurking in the shadows. The Ashwini Nakshatra, where the moon is located, is associated with rapid movement, sudden developments, and new beginnings. Short but sudden trips may come up during the day. If you have a trip planned, the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter in Gemini, being in the 3rd house relative to the moon, can provide protective energy for such movements. However, it is still advisable to be cautious about making big decisions or rushing into things. The sky is signaling that a small spark could lead to big events these days. Therefore, June 20th calls on you to strike a balance between inner peace and outer chaos. There may be promising developments in relationships, but impatience and impulsiveness can easily throw you off track. It is up to you to direct your energy today. If you are conscious rather than reactive, you can turn these celestial movements to your advantage. On Saturday, June 21st, the sky opens up a brief moment of respite for you. Today, the moon is in the Bharani Nakshatra in Aries and in conjunction with Venus in this position. This combination supports the expression of feelings you feel deep in your heart but may not have been able to express for a long time. Love, compassion, commitment. Today, there is a supportive energy for opening a new page in relationships, clarifying intentions and strengthening emotional bonds. Bharani is a symbol of birth, new beginnings and transformation. This nakshatra gives you the courage to let go of the old and give birth to the new. Today, themes such as a relationship entering a new phase, a bond deepening, or a completely new connection forming may come to the fore. It is a good day to tell your loved one what is on your mind and take a step forward with love. However, remember that behind this soft window, turbulent energies are still swirling on a global scale. While the moon supports the themes of relationships and love on an individual level, Jupiter's proximity to the Sun weakens its influence in the sky. Astrologically, this is called combust Jupiter. A combust Jupiter indicates that energies of guidance, wisdom, and expansion are restricted. This means the sky isn't very supportive for making big decisions or aiming for distant goals. At the same time, after a week of rising tension, today may see intense developments on a social or political scale in some regions. While this may not directly affect you on an individual level, you may feel a sense of stress on a collective consciousness level. Therefore, the best thing you can do today is to stay centered and focus your attention on your immediate surroundings, your heart, and your loved ones. June 21st is a threshold for emotional renewal and relational healing. But this threshold also prepares you for the challenging energies of the coming week, because starting June 22nd, the sky will intensify again and energies will become more complex. So today, make room for love, simplify your heart, and turn to the things that bring you back to your center. If you use this brief moment of respite wisely, you will be able to hear your inner guidance more clearly in the turbulent days ahead. After the full moon in Sagittarius, the seeds have now emerged. Don't be surprised as ideas shrouded in uncertainty, beliefs seeking clarity, and suppressed emotions come to the surface one by one, because this is the natural result of a cosmic cleansing. Full moons always make things visible, and this time the sky shone to help you recognize all the patterns that don't belong to you. The week of June 15th to 21st was a transitional week woven with the vibrations of this full moon. The events, conversations, and inner turmoil you encounter during this period may be trying to separate you from your old self. Time has accelerated. This is not an illusion. The energies are now pushing you to a decision point. You can no longer ignore it. You are in the process of rebuilding your reality. Don't be afraid to slow down, but don't stop. This week brought you not only awareness, but also a call to action. The synchronicities you observe, the intuitive impulses you hear, the symbols that won't leave your mind, all of these point to one thing: move to your new frequency. Whether it's financial concerns, relational tensions, or inner imbalances, they're all here to align you. Because after the Sagittarius full moon, truth is calling you. You can't hide anymore. By the end of this week, you must ask yourself, what has this experience made me realize? And perhaps an even deeper question, what do I want to focus on now? The universe is no longer whispering to you. It is speaking loudly. Can you hear this voice? If your answer is yes, then the next step is clear. Align, harmonize, and take action, because reality is no longer what it used to be. And this is in your hands. What you need to do at this point is very clear. Don't resist, but consciously go with the flow. As long as you make an effort to understand the language of the universe, the messages sent to you will become clearer, more frequent, and more powerful. If you choose to listen to your heart's guidance this week, your inner compass will lead you exactly where you need to go. Because great changes begin not with a loud voice, but with a deep realization. And you are now too awake to go back to your old self. The new reality is waiting for you. If this video stirred something in your soul, it is not a coincidence. You were ready to hear this message. The universe is whispering to you, and now you can hear it. If this is what's in your heart, write "I choose my peace" in the comments and send a powerful signal to the universe. Because telling the universe what you choose is the first step to transformation. It is not a comment, it is an energy intention. It is the frequency of saying, "I am ready." And when you are truly ready, the universe always responds. This seemingly small step is the first bridge between you and a whole new reality. With this word, you are calling not only peace, but also the inner order you deserve. Remember, the greatest changes begin silently, with a sigh, a realization, a choice. And you have made a choice right now. It is time for the new frequency, not the old you. See you in the next timeline.